Hey guys, Miss Pearson here. Hopefully by this point you have watched the math antics video about negative numbers. So if you haven't, pause this video and go back and let's watch that one first. All right. But if you have, then we're going to go ahead and take a look at your book. This is in your Volume 1 workbook. We're back to the Volume 1, which is probably in your locker, so you might need to go get that out. But we'll be on page 193. It is module 4. Okay, so I'm starting at page 193. That's the page that I'm on here. And this is just recapping what the math antics video was talking about. It's introducing this idea of negative numbers and how 0 is kind of like our starting point. And if we go to the right, our numbers get bigger. And if we go to the left, our numbers get smaller and smaller until we go off into infinity in the negative part. And here they get bigger and bigger, but they get towards positive infinity. And 0 is just like the divvy, the guy in the middle. He's like, I'm not positive, I'm not negative. Anything past 0 has a sign. Okay? All right. So going on to page 194. Down at the example 1, in the math antics video, he talked about some ways that we can represent integers, positive and negative whole numbers. Excuse me. All right. So the key is now in your word search, I hope you saw that there was a lot of different like opposites, above, below, gain and lose, ascend and descend. So those are opposites. And that's important because those opposites mean one's positive and one's negative. So if we have a loss of something, you don't know anything about football, the fact that there's a loss means that we're losing it. All right. So if we kind of think of a football field here, let's say that they started here, and I know it's not the 0 line, so for you football people, right? But our starting play, like where they have to go this way. But they go backwards this way. They go back, they lose 10 yards. So because this represents a loss, it's a negative, and we're going to write it as negative 10. All right? So the 0 that would represent here is that, like in a football play, if you had an integer of 0, it would represent that no, oops, my pen went away. Where did it go? No, come on. Hold on, sorry, my pen's not working. There we go. No yards were gained or lost. It means you just kind of stayed where you were. Maybe you got tackled right there on your line of called a line of scrimmage. I don't know. Okay. So we want to look for those key phrases, and we're going to think about when I come back. We'll make sure that we kind of generate a list together about what could be some positive number, some words that mean positive numbers, and words that mean negative. There's actually quite a few in real world, so it's good to know. All right. In another example, go ahead and try to check. You can pause the video and come back. Okay. Hopefully it paused. But sea level is another way. We don't have to even have a horizontal number line. We can have a vertical number line as well. And sea level is used as the 0 line. It's like, okay, we're going to compare everything to the level of the sea. How far above it and how far below it. Well, if we're going below sea level, then we're going down under, we're going away from it. So it's going to be negative. Okay, so the first part would be negative 282. So we don't have to write negative 282 below sea level because that's what the negative sign represents. This is just a numerical way to say that it's below sea level. Now here, the meaning of the 0 in this case, well, 0 is right here is at sea level. So this would be at. We are like, maybe we're swimming. Here we are. Okay, that looks like you're drowning, but you get the idea. Okay? So we want to understand that we can use a number line vertically or horizontally. Just know that as we go up this way, if we go up, we're going to positive. The numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger this way. And then as we go down into the depths of the ocean, they get smaller and smaller. Okay? Think of it as like what he said in the video, bigger negatives. You're more negatives. So you're approaching this negative infinity. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look. And just using the number line, you're going to be graphing this set of integers. So this little fancy bracket is what I call it. I call it also my face bracket. So if you ever want to try and make one, right, you do a forehead, you do a pointy nose, and then you do a round chin. Excuse me. And that symbol is just to say, hey, I want you to graph these. It's just a way of listing things out. So it's just a mathematical way of making a list and saying, hey, these guys go together. Okay? So we can see it on a horizontal number line and a vertical. Okay? So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing. You're going to pause the video and go ahead and see how you do on example 2. Right? So you're going to graph the set of integers. There's -4. Positive 2 is over here. And -1. And we're going to do the same thing with the check. -3, 1, and 0. And using the number line is going to help us be able to compare and contrast those integers as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn the page. We're going to go over to page 197. All right, and so for all of these here, you're going to go ahead and work through these. Numbers 1 through 6, you're going to write an integer to represent each situation. So is it a positive, is it negative? But you also want to know what would be the 0 here, right? If it said that it was 0 ounces or 0 money in her account, that kind of thing. You want to think about it in 2 different ways, all right? So if you're stuck with that, go back to and see example 1. Right, and then here you're just graphing the stuff on a number line, right? And the same thing here for 13 and 14, we got graphing on a number line, and then just saying, okay, here's a situation, which number represents that situation? Which integer best represents that situation? All right, and then I'd like you, if you have time, to go ahead and go try the problems on the back. And answer those questions. So it's going to get you to dive in a little bit deeper and start thinking about integers and how they work on the number line. And I hope to be back with you on Thursday. Okay? All right. So again, you guys are going to go ahead and complete page 197 and 198, numbers 1 through 20, and use your book to help you out. If you don't finish in class, please make sure to finish it up for homework. And I'll see you guys later.